The alt-right. This is James coming at you live on June 17th, Father's Day, 2018. The alt-right, the conservative right, the neo-Nazis, the White Citizens Council, the skinheads, the KKK, Nation Islam, Black Liberation Army, Black nationalism, white nationalism, to all these places out here, to all these institutions of separatism and hate, I congratulate you. I hope you the best of luck. I wish you well. But you're not going to take us back in hell. We're not going back as a people. We're not going back. We need to stop this Jew bashing, this black bashing, this white bashing, because white is not an ethnicity, black is not an ethnicity, and Jew is a spiritual concept. We got to go beyond the stupidity. We need to look at things realistically. Where do we go from here? What do we do? Do we continue on the road of destruction and despair? Or do we come together as individuals collectively and make our world a better place? I'm not against a person that want to be to their own. If you are a Caucasian person or whatever you want to call it, or African person or Asian person or Hispanic person, you want to be alone, you should be alone. You should have that right. You have the right to be left alone. However, you can't have your cake and eat it too. The alt-right is a movement that is very upset, and they're disgruntled and disenchanted with the current state of affairs. They say that white people are becoming a minority. Newsflash. So-called white people have always been the minority. You only comprise about 9 to 10% of the population of the world. You're not a majority, but see, you have to understand when they're talking this stuff, what they really are saying. They're not talking about ethnicity, because even though they will deny it all day long, they know that being white is not an ethnicity. They know this. They're not going to tell you and me. They're going to dispute that all day long. They're going to say that white culture, white ethnicity. But they know that white means status, legal status, as it was established in 1681. The same with Caucasian. Same thing. It is not an ethnicity, and they know this. They are worried to death about being replaced as far as the people in control, status-wise. That means legally, by the judicial, political, economic, social, educational, and religious institutions and principles. They don't want to be replaced by anything. They want to stay in power. Not by numbers per se, but based off of status, a legitimacy as a group of controllers who therefore are in charge of the areas of all institutions of power. Has nothing to do with ethnicity, has nothing to do with it at all. So they can talk that mess all day long, and if you believe it and buy into it, you're just as crazy as they are. They know what they're talking about. They don't want to be replaced as far as who's in power. It has nothing to do with the numbers, because if that was the case, they could go send over to Europe and have a lot of their brothers and sisters come over here, or they can go to South Africa and get those dregs from over there that cause so much pain and suffering to the native. They could bring them over here too, but it's not about that. And even if they did that, it still doesn't matter. You're not going back in time. You cannot go back in time and rehash the old. It doesn't work that way. The past is gone. These people along with a lot of other people too, and I'm talking about blacks as well, want to bring the past back. We want to bring it back. We want to relive the past. We want ancient Kemet back. We want ancient Phoenicia back. Minoan back. We want to bring the Sumerians back. We want to bring Carthage back. Nubia. We want to bring Sudan back. We want to bring Tanzania back. We want to bring all these things back. We want to bring the past back. We live in the past. The past is the past, is the past, is the past, is the past. It's not coming back. And you can use all the Jesse Lee Coon Petersons you want. It doesn't matter. Larry Elder, it doesn't matter. We're not going back in the past. We're not going to live back. We're not going to live yesterday. We're not going back to yesterday. We're going forward with today to get to tomorrow and to get to the next day after that. That's the way we progress in life. We don't progress by living in the past. Let me say a few things about something that was on my mind. A lot of times you see a lot of people talking about, the Jews this, the Jews that, they control this and control that. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I'm going to tell you right now, if the Jews are in control, they're not by themselves. They control the finances. Anybody can become a Jew. You can become a Rothschild Jew. I mean, there are a lot of Jews that don't even practice Judaism. A lot of them don't care nothing about Judaism. And then you got the Jew in Israel and around the world, and they are dedicated to their faith, and they are used just as much as anybody else. So we're not going to go get on every Jew about this and that, because like everybody else, there's some good and bad in all of us, okay? I'm not talking about the Jew or the little Christian or the Muslim. I'm talking about the people that's in control. The people that run a society that's globalist and are racialist. And you can be a racialist and be of all kind of ethnicities, but if you have that mantle and wear that title of white or black, then you got a lot of things going your way. There's no way that we're going to go back in time. To go back in time is going to defeat every purpose and everything that's been fought for. And there are a lot of things that need to be fought for. Multiculturalism is the future. It is the future. It's the future of this earth. The days of black and white are almost gone. Multiculturalism, where there's not going to be any identification with those old, tired, worn-out slogans that are bestial, titles of white supremacy, black supremacy, white power, black power, all those things about to cease. And they should, because they're poison. They're very detrimental to our well-being. They serve us no purpose. Being black and being white is not a person. It is a status, a legal status, and it's tearing us apart. We're very stupid. I say that. Most people are very stupid and ignorant and dumb to say the least. We hold on to things that don't benefit us. We therefore identify with things that's going to destroy us, but yet and still, we hold on to them. We hold on to them. It's like a so-called white supremacist coming out and giving you statistics like IQ statistics, crime statistics, mortality statistics, cultural statistics, and this and that. All bullshit. Why would you take the word of a white supremacist, someone that hates you, over your own truth? Or better yet, why would you believe them at all? They're not going to say anything that's going to be in your benefit or for your betterment. They're not going to tell you the truth about yourself. They're going to make you always come out to be worse. So whenever they say that the black man is inferior intellectually and all this bull, that's to be expected. What do you think they're going to say? You think they're going to say, oh, you on my level? No. The very reason for being a so-called white supremacist And being a nationalist is to degrade your opponent, to tear them down. That's how you get them to serve you. Slavery did not begin until the brainwashing and indoctrination of dogma through the centuries and centuries that was compiled by the slaver, the racialist, and the slave master was impeded upon the people to the point that it had them consuming all of this, and they accepted it and embraced it and love it. That's how so-called black people became Christian and why they hold on to it so fervently. Although Jesus didn't come to save not one black man. Regardless if he existed or not, right there in the scriptures, did not come to save you, but you love that religion because you was indoctrinated by that religion, by a so-called supremacist, from their point of view, from their propaganda. And it happens in each and every way, each and every day, all day long. It's the norm. It's always done this way. To therefore tear down the person by your pseudo ideology and scientific research that is based up, what is backed up and based off of neo-facts. It's not based off of truth. It's based off of neo-facts, meaning that half truths and most lies. Well, the truths are from someone else, from the people that you're putting down. The lies are from yourself. You blend it together, you get neo-facts. That's what it's called, neo-facts. So when you got neo-facts, it is very, very obtuse for you to therefore take anything that a racialist says and run with it like it's fact. They're not going to tell you the truth. Whatever they say about you is what they feel, and it's always going to come out you being inferior. It's always going to come out that way. You're going to be inferior. They're going to be superior. They're not going to come out and say, well, you know, I'm for white supremacy, but I'm also for your equality. It doesn't work that way. It works for them and them only. You're always going to be looked upon as a dog, as an ant, an elephant, or a snake. You're never going to be looked upon as an angel, as a beautiful icon, or pure energy. That's not for you. That's for them. And it's the same vice versa. It will be the same if and when and it is done. Well, black people do the same thing, and they mean white people because of their lack of melanin and history and so on and so forth. But it's done more from a Eurocentric perspective because they are the ruling class. Ruling class based off of status, not based off of race and ethnicity. So white people are afraid of losing their status. They're afraid of being replaced. It's not that they're going to disappear, not at least not yet. It's that they are afraid of not being in control. They so asinine until they cannot see an American continent society where everybody's equal and share in the wealth and share in the power. They will say, no, there must be a level of superiority and inferiority. And I'm going to tell you where they got that from too. In 1858, Abraham Lincoln said these words, that as long as white and black people resided in the United States of America, there must be a position of superiority and inferiority. And he said, I am in favor of the superiority status being given to the white man. That's his very words. So whenever you hear them talking this BS, Look no further than Abraham Lincoln. You'll find it right there in his 1858 speech. I think he was campaigning for president of the United States at the time. He said those very words. And that's the very words that the alt-right espouse out of their mouth every time they are confronted with the question about equality in America. They don't want no equality in America. They want America to be a predominantly white society, hands off, where black and everybody else serves and follows and serves. Well, white rules. They don't want it equal. It cannot be no 50-50. It's an 80-20 situation here, or a 90-10, or a 95-5, or a 99-1. But it's never going to be a 50-50 if they got anything to say about it. But unfortunately, they don't have anything to say about it. Because unfortunately, you're not going back in the past, and you're not turning back the clock. And no matter who you got supporting you, and it could be your own ethnic group, or it could be somebody else's who cooning, who has sold out, who never was with the people that they look like, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's not going to do a bit of good. They're not going to help you. They're not going to save you. So for all those that's got Jesse Lee Peterson and all the rest of them, on their side, that's fine. I'm glad you got them on your side. We don't want them on our side because those are the type of people that deserve to be hanging from the nearest tree for treason. They do not deserve to be classified as being black, or African American, or so on and so forth, because they are committing genocide against their own people. Jesse Peterson gets upset with black people all the time about being angry. But he has no problem with Richard Spencer and Jared Taylor being angry. He's all for the white supremacists. He's a traitor anyway. He's not of us. I don't want to mention his name anymore. I'm going to end this video saying this, though. I will say this fact right here. We got two ways to go. Up or back. Up or back. And back is connected to down as well. We go forward multiculturalistic. We go backwards. We're going to go back as black and white, and we're going to go down as black and white. And the last time I looked around, there was no such thing as a white country or a black country nowhere on planet Earth. Thank you.